Before we dive in, let's go back to the very first question we should be asking about our health. Can one single number really tell you how healthy you are? That's the idea behind BMI, Body Mass Index. But before you nod along or roll your eyes, hear me out. I'm Srasti Gupta from Deidium. We study the science behind everyday health, and we also try to keep it useful, not confusing. Today, I want to show you what BMI gives you, what it hides, and one quick test you can do right now that most people don't know about. BMI started as a simple idea almost 2 centuries ago. A Belgian statistician, Adolphe Quetelet, wanted a way to compare body size across populations. He took weight and height and turned them into one number. Fast forward, public health officials found it useful for tracking trends. Doctors used it as a quick screen, and now it's on nearly every health form you fill out. Here's the math, very quick. Weight in kilograms divided by height in meters squared. 70 kilograms, 1.75 meters tall. That's about 22.9. According to the commonly used chart, that's normal. Under 18.5 is underweight. 18.5 to 24.9 is normal. 25 to 29.9 is overweight. And 30 plus is obese. Simple, easy, repeatable. So why are we still talking about this? Because simple is useful, but simple can also be misleading. Let me give you 3 real-world ways BMI can lie to you. First, muscle versus fat. 2 people can share the same BMI and be on opposite ends of health. A rugby player and a sedentary person can both have a BMI of 28. One carries muscle, the other carries fat. BMI doesn't distinguish between muscle mass and body fat. Second, fat distribution. Where fat sits matters. Visceral fat, the stuff around your organs, raises your risk for diabetes and heart disease much more than subcutaneous fat under the skin. BMI gives no clue about where fat is stored. Third, population differences. Research shows that for several Asian populations, metabolic risk starts at lower BMIs than the standard chart suggests. In practice, a BMI of 23 in some Asian groups can be riskier than a BMI of 25 in other populations. That simple number wasn't built with these differences in mind. Now, I want to add immediate value before we go deeper in the series. This is a quick, practical check you can do in 10 seconds. The waist to height ratio. Measure your waist at the level of your belly button. Take that number in centimeters and divide it by your height in centimeters. If your waist divided by height is greater than 0.5, your risk for metabolic problems increases. Example, waist 80 centimeters, height 170 centimeters. 80 divided by 170 is about 0.47. That's under 0.5 and generally better. This test is not perfect, but paired with BMI, it gives you a clearer snapshot today. And it's something anyone can do without gadgets. At Deidium, we use combinations like this: BMI, waist to height, body fat guidance, and context to give people more actionable results than a single number ever could. That's why we built a BMI calculator that also suggests the next steps based on your age, gender, and these complementary metrics. The link is in the description. No hard sell, just a tool. Over the next 5 videos in this series, we'll dig deeper. We'll explain why BMI is especially problematic for Asian populations and what thresholds to watch for. We'll show how someone can have a normal BMI and still carry dangerous abdominal fat. We'll compare BMI to body fat percentage, when to use each, and how accessible each method is. We'll look at the surprising research about BMI and longevity, why some studies show a small overweight range linked with longer life, and what that really means for you. And finally, we'll bust the myths everybody repeats without checking the facts. If you want to make this useful right now, here are 3 quick takeaways. 1. Use BMI as a starting point, not a verdict. 2. Measure your waist and calculate the waist-to-height ratio. You can do it in under a minute. 3. If your BMI or waist ratio raises questions, look for body composition measures or consult with a clinician rather than panicking. If you liked this, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. Why BMI is flawed for Asians. I'll bring research, examples, and practical advice you can actually use. And if you want to test your number right away, try the Dietium BMI and waist to height tool, link below. Thanks for listening.